This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Mint is still $15 a month for premium wireless. And if you haven't made the switch yet, here are 15 reasons why you should. 1, it's $15 a month. 2, seriously, it's $15 a month. 3, no big contracts. 4, I use it. 5, my mom uses it. Are you playing me off? That's what's happening, right? Okay, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Gatorade Zero, the #1 proven electrolyte blend, made with zero sugar. Designed to hydrate better than water so you can lose more sweat and push more limits. Gatorade Zero. Is it in you?
Come on, why is this taking so long? This thing is ancient.
Still using yesterday's tech? Upgrade to the ThinkPad X1 Carbon. Ultra-light, ultra-powerful, and built for serious productivity. With Intel Core Ultra processors, blazing speed, and AI-powered performance, it keeps up with your business, not the other way around.
Whoa, this thing moves.
Stop hitting snooze on new tech. Win the tech search at Lenovo.com. Lenovo. Unlock AI experiences with the ThinkPad X1 Carbon, powered by Intel Core Ultra processors, so you can work, create, and boost productivity all on one device.
Alec Lewis at Alec_Lewis via X covers the Minnesota Vikings and writes in voluminous fashion about said squad at The Athletic and theathletic.com. Now, McCarthy ripped it up yesterday. Alec has a new projected 53 at the site, plus a McCarthy story or a second day of joint practices story that has a McCarthy bent. So subscribe, because it ain't that much monthly money, and the writing and football stuff is the absolute bomb. As Alec joins us now,
and we got a lot coming. By the way, I mean this past week was but this weekend and next week, some stories that have been planned,
massive
in the works. I mean,
story wise, not team wise.
Team wise, sure, but I'm talking story wise.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like the grind is ongoing at all hours.
The path taken to become a wide receivers coach for Keenan McCardell is something from his Houston roots through Nevada, Las Vegas, to winning a Super Bowl. He caught 2 passes in a Super Bowl, both for touchdowns, and he didn't win the MVP. I mean, all that stuff is fascinating.
And the ability to tell Efton Chisholm III's life story is just something I'm so grateful for. But
I'm not going to the Patriots page to read Chad Graff.
You should.
I do.
Great.
I do. He's fantastic.
Okay, good. I'm just making sure.
Can you give us a snippet as to
of what's coming?
What's on the horizon?
A little teaser?
Or are you worried somebody's going to steal your creative thoughts?
Well, here's the thing. I've been trying to give people snippets, and then the editors, you know the editors, they will be like, you know what? This story we'd like to run at this time. So
micromanagers.
So then you're over promising and under delivering, and I don't like doing that. To give you a snippet, there's been a story that I have been working on for a year on the Minnesota Vikings.
Yep.
That I hope runs in the near future.
He's JJ.
Which one?
Correct. Brilliantly laid out, Alec.
And maybe it's neither.
Brilliantly laid out.
But yeah, no,
we do our best to not lie 9 to noon. So we'll look forward to that. And we middle management, micromanagers, not letting Alec drop his stories when he wants.
It's been I don't the under promise over you learn over the course of doing this job. It's just such a critical aspect of managing expectations, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the attempt. But no, the last 2 days were very fun. Really enjoyed being out there. there were 700 Patriots writers here.
Yeah.
I mean, there were the media conglomerate. It was as if we were covering the Thrilla in the Manila.
Biggest I've seen.
It was unbelievable.
For a joint practice,
it was
seriously.
The Boston Herald, the Boston Sports Journal, the Boston Globe.
There weren't even as many media members around Mike Vrabel as there were last year in Cleveland when Kevin O'Connell went to undressing you guys.
I always love that one.
Woo!
I mean, that was a big group right there after the second joint practice.
Yeah, no, it was. Last 2 days were good. JJ, you're right. McCarthy did rip up the Patriots defense to shreds, and the Vikings pass rush the last 2 days. I'll tell you, this is funny. I watched the offense on what's today, Friday. Yeah. I watched the offense on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. And I watched the whole offense, and I was like, you know what? I should. And someone commented on the story I wrote Wednesday, like, what about the defense? So I said, okay, I'll watch the defense Thursday. Yeah. So I'm standing over there watching Jonathan Grenard just demolish Will Campbell, snap in and snap out.
And Morgan Moses.
And then I see Kevin Seifert's tweet, JJ McCarthy is on an absolute heater over here. I'm like, I should probably leave my standing right here and go watch the offense because he's having the best day at camp. So I did. But, yeah, the pass rush against the Patriots front was just like, I mean, I say this kindly.
Yeah.
And you know I'm hyperbolic.
Sometimes.
But it was like Alabama against Louisiana Lafayette.
Oh my gosh.
But what if Peanut Tillman was playing corner for Louisiana Lafayette? Then they got somebody to lock somebody down.
Is that where he played? I didn't even know that.
Yes. Now, I was thinking about you constantly during the joints.
That's weird.
Well, it's because I was on the exclusive Vikings Radio Network perch overlooking 4.5 perfectly manicured practice fields. That half field is part of the renovation of a field that used to be known as the Mike Hughes Memorial Field.
I always love that
because that's where he seemingly would practice and warm up and execute his toil every single day when all the action was happening, more so to the south. So, in memorizing numbers and
body types.
Yeah, body types. Thank you. I got the binoculars. Well,
the biggest pair of binoculars I've ever seen.
Did you focus in on the scribe at any point?
Where do you even get a pair of binoculars that big?
They're military binoculars. And
it's like you go, like Shields. Does Shields have that kind of?
I don't know if they're made anymore. They're field binoculars that were designed for the military.
And how is General? I'm kidding.
I always love that
he's a spotter for a sniper.
But you were impossible to miss, even when it was cloudy like yesterday and it started raining, or when it was super sunny and humid the day before. That smile.
I always love that.
So all of a sudden, what is this glare in my binoculars? Oh, it's Alec Lewis's smile. Hey, what a shocker. He's smiling and laughing over by the press conference area. But it had me think about you because we are kindred souls, surrogate brothers in this way. How'd you handle the overstimulation? I mean, seriously, it's like I'm watching the defense and there's Diggs putting Okuda in a coffin 6 feet under the ground. And Jeff's just like, yeah, that thing sucked. I'm going to walk off the field and I'll do better next play, which he did. Then on another field, McCarthy's hitting 9 in a row. Then to the left at a different time, you're getting Donovan Jackson and Milton Williams like two rams on the prairie, wham, just running into each other for stalemates, which was good for Donovan after Milton got him a few times. How did you handle the overstimulation? Because it wore me out on Wednesday.
I'm glad you said that. I'm walking into the KFAN studios today, and I'm like, God, I feel so tired. Like, what?
Oh, I feel great today because it's over.
Yeah, well, I mean, but it was relentless.
You've got fluids in your system.
You've got so many media members you're talking to.
Went to the bathroom before I went to bed. Yeah. Got good sleep.
You've got Mike Smith, former Viking. I mean, everybody was here. And then you're right. Like, I'm standing on the sidelines yesterday. Stephon Diggs cooks one of the Vikings defensive backs, catches the ball, tosses it to some fan. He says, hold that. I'm standing there like, this is crazy. I'm up close. I mean, it was a lot. It was a lot.
Yes.
It's hard to see all of it.
Yes. Unless you're on the perch.
But, yeah,
with military field binoculars, then you see it all.
Yeah, the biggest pair of binoculars. Binoculars are literally the size of, a microwave from Steve's Appliances.
He has scoliosis from carrying them in his satchel.
Well, I have size 13 feet, Alec.
I always love
So
that
my
one.
binoculars indeed are big.
I don't know what that means, and I don't want to talk about it, but yeah, it was.
Look at his glasses fog.
It was it was a lot of stimulation, and I'm fortunate that I was able to be there. It's one of those, like, it feels important and it feels critical because that Kevin O'Connell talks all the time about how critical it is for him. And so you just kind of carry that with you. And there's a lot of conversations and media members, and The Athletic had 700 writers here. So it was good.
So I had some appointment terrorism. I didn't see it on Wednesday. And if you remember, I'm texting you like, tough day for number 9. Like, what's happening here? Like, I'm kind of sweating it.
Nordo was like texting. He's
from
like,
a distance. Like, what's going on? And
did you copy the copy the text you sent to Alec, then send it to me?
No, I sent it to you.
Or vice versa.
Well, I sent it to you and then I sent it to him. So I wanted to get kind of like a breadth of, I wanted to get different opinions so I could kind of collate them and have a finalized opinion on Wednesday.
That was Wednesday, right? Yeah, Wednesday. Yeah. So I went kid talk on it and sent him back a text that said mid. Okay. And then 15 minutes later, because young JJ was having a rough time. So then I was like, it's gotten worse. But that doesn't mean that it won't get better, because the sun indeed did come up on Thursday for JJ McCarthy.
Well, but then on the other end of it, and I felt like I should have flipped the text responses I got, because the 59-year-old Vikes says he's mid, and the 27, 28-year-old Athletic reporter said, I wouldn't say it was a tough day for number 9. And I was actually getting more positivity from Alec, because I was trying to figure out, like, what kind of, is this a Grand Canyon-esque gap or chasm from Wednesday into Thursday? Because everyone was raving over number 9 yesterday's practice.
Well, it depends on whose ox is being gored.
Ooh.
So
this is your.
That means that beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Indeed.
And where Alec believes
discretion is also the better part of valor.
I've heard that. Alec believes, or perhaps he doesn't believe, but perhaps he got wrapped up in with the Wednesday practice. All right. Thinking the Vikings actually will be successful with 13 consecutive plays over the middle. That's like the only place in the field, because the middle passes were working. Well, there was the rest of the situation that wasn't exactly optimum.
14 play drives, 9 slants.
It got better on Thursday. That's what I meant.
I will say, I came away from Wednesday thinking like, up and down, but not awful. He sailed a pass at 7-on-7 to Jalen Naylor. That was, just you can't happen. As a layup you can't miss.
Maybe he was scared Jalen was going to drop it.
He might have been.
So he's like, I'm going to save you right
or
here,
that his
Jalen.
left hand was jammed to a point where he can't catch it. But I came away thinking like, up and down. Then I talked to some people Wednesday night that made me feel like,
well, how is Chris O'Hara?
I talked to some people Wednesday night and I felt like maybe it was less than up and down. And then I came into Thursday thinking like, okay, like this is probably a big day. Brian O'Neill had told me after Wednesday that they were going to do a lot of adapting from what they saw and improving over the course of that time period from after Wednesday into Thursday was critical for them. They viewed it that way. And then so to hear that he performed the way he did Thursday was huge. But yeah, I mean, what we saw Wednesday was kind of what we've seen all of training camp. And then what we saw Thursday was like what everyone who is as gung-ho about this kid on social media or in the comment section, like that's what they wanted to see. That was Thursday. Yeah.
Do you think perchance because Kevin O'Connell has competitive arrogance, and that's a compliment, where he's not arrogant, he's competitive, put them together, it's basically like Braves. We put the pedal to the metal. Nothing personal here, but we have things to accomplish, too, into that Monday Night Football game against the Bears. From Wednesday to Thursday with his offense, sans 18, then sans Naylor for, let's say, 60, 70% of it when he left with that left shoulder, arm, finger, whatever it was. Do you think O'Connell laid down the proverbial law the night before, like, we're going to go out and beat them? Let's go out and we're going to run some things that we maybe didn't expect to run, but we want to go out there and show them who the better team is, which side, my offense, his defense is better because it was a lot different than Wednesday.
Yeah, I definitely think that was part of it, and he probably did have similar conversations, but so much of it too, just listen to the way he and JJ talked yesterday. There was a level of, this is an opportunity from me, the head coach and play caller, to instill confidence in this unit and in this young quarterback in an important practice at a level that those opportunities don't come around all the time to instill confidence and belief. And I put this on social media like weeks ago, but the ability of a coach and a staff and a building to believe in that position and start to feel it is just so, in my opinion, so critical to that person succeeding. We saw it last year with Sam Darnold, and you could tell with the way JJ talked, which the people listening to this just heard on KFAN, like you could tell he felt really good about what had just happened. And then talking to other teammates coming off the field yesterday, you could see like the optimism from them in what the offense was able to do. It was as high as I've probably seen throughout training camp. And so to not only the competitive arrogance that you said of wanting to, dominate, but I also think the opportunity to instill confidence at a critical juncture in this developmental process, that was a major part of it too.
Let the kids write. Alec is a reporter. He covers the Minnesota Vikings for The Athletic.
You know how reporters and columnists are. They want the controversy. They want the negativity.
It's 10:20. Do we do it?
I think we probably should.
Do what?
We're marathoning it courtesy of Steve's Appliances and stevesappliances.com. They have a big Labor Day celebration and sales coming up very, very soon. Ooh. Steve's Appliances and stevesappliances.com.
In listening to JJ talk to the media yesterday, the first thing I like is that he loves everybody. I mean, there's not a person right now. Who's this guy? Love that guy. He's the greatest human ever. What about Drake May? Love Drake. Did some camps together with him. He loves everybody.
Remember what he said about Ryan Kelly after he had met him for like 2.5 weeks.
It's one of his favorite people on earth.
Yeah. Judd Zolgad. What a great question, he said.
He hit Judd with the props mid-answer.
You know how reporters and columnists are. They want the controversy. They want the negativity.
But part of the day two excellence he did speak about was just like the mentality in the 2-minute drill. I mean, you want to talk about a clinic. Like if you mentioned, guys and gals got to see yesterday, if they've been wanting to see the best of JJ, probably the best practice he's had all camp. But specifically in the 2-minute, he was unfreaking stoppable. And I just thought it was an interesting kind of peeking into his mentality, which he spoke about in terms of, the reps and the 7-on-7s, all of this, like that's all loving the reps that I'm getting in those areas. But specifically in the 2-minute, I treat it like a game and it's, ABC, and here's why it's so important to me.
Yeah, they put on the scoreboard, it was 27-21. You've got a minute to take it from your 40-yard line and go down and score a touchdown. The first play of that 2-minute drill, he hits his back foot, plants, fires an accurate pass to Jordan Addison on the left sideline, and that gets the thing rolling. Then there was another play in the 2-minute where the pocket's kind of muddy. He doesn't, in a lot of these practices, there's like a would-be sack. It wasn't a would-be sack. He scrambles out for a first down. And the mobility in his athleticism is something we all know about. Right. But he has used it throughout this training camp in a way that maybe I don't know. I didn't give enough credit for it. And then in the for the final touchdown to end the 2-minute, it was like a progression, buries the ball to Jordan Addison in the end zone. Just a really nice throw. And I mean, for me, the takeaway yesterday the thing that was the best to see was just the pinpoint ball location. And he talked about how he views accuracy as one of his key strengths, and he has not been satisfied with his, performance in that area. So it was a clinic. I mean, it really was.
And to that end, also in the presser, he mentioned it briefly, but maybe it plays into the accuracy part of the conversation, is one of his favorite throws yesterday, he says, was that long one down the sideline to Aaron Jones. but he mentioned movement as part of it. And then he was also talking about like off-platform throws. Like, I mean, they're drilling this thing down into the ones and zeros, but being off-platform is part of the accuracy conversation, and kind of that instinctual aspect of his already existing mobility and athleticism. You just kind of see him float. It's not a would-be sack, as you would say, but dropping dimes like that as he was yesterday and working on those off-platform and those movement moments, it was pretty damn good.
Yeah, I mean, and it's the one thing when you're coming back from an injury like he is that you just cannot simulate until you've got defensive linemen diving at your feet or falling to like right near your feet, and you have to take one step to the right, drop your arm angle, and make the throw. And so that a lot of that is like, I use these analogies a lot because it comes directly from the coaching staff. So I'm not just coming up with this off the top of my head, but like a lot of it is like a golfer who hasn't played in a year and they've been hurt or they've been working, haven't had time to play.
What are we talking about again?
And it takes feel, like, especially with your short game, to be consistently accurate. And so I just think the more reps JJ has had where, Donovan Jackson's, anchoring as tough as he can, but the interior pressure gets close to JJ. Can he step to the right? And then can he get the ball up and accurate from a different arm angle? Like that is a lot of the trial and error right now. But yesterday it was everything. He layered a pass in the red zone over the top two defenders to Jordan Addison. He mentioned that one after practice. It was just, it was exactly what you want to see. And like, you guys have said this, but Justin wasn't on the field. Jalen Naylor wasn't on the field. It was a lot of Thayer Thomas and Lucky Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
Christian Darasol's not at left tackle. Now, all of that said, the Patriots defense I want to see this year because I have many questions about that team. But it was a great day, no doubt about it.
You mentioned coach speak, and every year it feels like there's a new buzzword. My question for you is, how is JJ McCarthy on the weighty downs?
It's a high red and or low red.
Tell me about the weighty downs.
The weighty downs. Well, Kevin's used the weighty downs for a while.
Oh, he's using it a lot now.
Yeah, that's a 2025.
Well, there's a reason why. I don't think they have any questions about what this team can be and what this offense can be on 1st and 10 or 2nd and 5, but on 3rd and 6, where everything is, it's on the quarterback's shoulders. Like that's where he's got to make the correct decision. But
12th in the NFL last year.
Yeah, high red, low red, weighty downs, play style, be your best is required. You could make a bingo card and it would be electric with that.
I need your help here involving the X machine. The quarterback school, the QB school.
JT O'Sullivan.
Is that who? Former Vikings quarterback.
Absolutely.
That's JT O'Sullivan.
Yes.
So he did something. You're like, this is going to be great.
He does film breakdowns of quarterbacks throughout the NFL and college. Yeah. And on his YouTube channel, he has a Patreon. And I've got to know him a little bit. And I'm not going to take credit for it, but I texted him Wednesday night, and I said, I would love to see your breakdown of JJ's snaps in the preseason game. And then he texted back, he's like, oh, it was only one drive? That's a 60-minute work day. I'll do that and have it up tomorrow. But he played the position. Yeah. He studies offense. He knows a lot of people across both college and pro. Right. And the breakdown was great.
Okay, well, I'm going to follow it then off your tout. But he when he posted the JJ McCarthy preseason week 1 bit, he forgot to post the link. Okay, so somebody called Chief Chew comes firing in. Maybe post the link in the original tweet.
And how is Chief Chew?
Dumb F. Okay, so he puts that out there. It takes 8 seconds for JT O'Sullivan to come back. Maybe F off, Chief.
I always love that.
Then he posted it 15 seconds later.
He's got a little bit of
that's
fire
rich
to him, but no, I thought his breakdown was great. He's good. I'm
gonna follow.
There are some people on Twitter like that.
I might be able to get him on the radio show.
No, he's good. There are some people on Twitter who are like that. Krasinski will do that sometimes, where he's just embarrassing folks. Jeff Passan's very good at that. But yeah.
All right, that's Alec Lewis with The Athletic and theathletic.com, courtesy of Steve's Appliances and stevesappliances.com. Alec not only will be weekly 9 to noon, but he will be joining us for each and every Friday football feast at Buffalo Wild Wings, as he was wont to do. But now we're going to extend the time. It's going to be at least 2 hours. He's going to be there. We have designed segments and bits and things like that. And that begins September 5th at Buffalo Wild Wings, Oakdale. Now, you can find the Friday Football Feast weekly schedule online. But if you don't feel like doing that right now, yours truly has compiled dates, locations, opponents, and Alec will provide thought with each and every Friday Football Feast beginning Oakdale September 5th. We'll do that when we return to
Gatorade Zero, the #1 proven electrolyte blend, made with zero sugar. Designed to hydrate better than water so you can lose more sweat and push more limits. Gatorade Zero. Is it in you?
Lenovo is built for creators who don't wait for inspiration. They chase it. With inventive tech, built-in AI tools, and seamless performance, Lenovo devices powered by Intel Core Ultra processors are designed to bring your wildest ideas to life faster. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel inside. Enjoy flexible financing, rewards on every purchase, and free shipping. And students get special offers when you create an account at Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. Life moves fast. A new home, a new baby, a new chapter. But without an estate plan, your future's still vulnerable. With Trust and Will, you can name guardians, start a trust, create healthcare directives, and more. All online in about an hour. It's attorney-designed, state-specific, and built to protect what you love. Plans start at just $199, and every plan is safe, secure, and kept completely private. From families with young kids to adults caring for aging parents, Trust and Will makes it simple to take control, without a law office, paperwork stress, or court delays. Go to trustandwill.com and use code RADIO to save 20%. Start your plan today. Don't wait for life to force your hand. Estate planning is one of the smartest, most loving things you can do. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. See website for details.
Trust and Will.
KFAN. It's the Friday football feast. So let's go to feasting. The first Friday football feast at Buffalo Wild Wings is Oakdale, September 5th. Oakdale go crazy. We will be discussing the season opener at Soldier Field against the Chicago Bears. What kind of a season record are you putting the Minnesota Vikings on? With the right to change it after cuts and JJ's hammy and stuff like that.
I thought you were going to ask me about Oakdale and what I liked about Oakdale. I didn't know you were going to put me on the spot here for a season record prediction.
Did you do research on the cities themselves?
Oakdale is Minnesota's version of Anniston.
You don't think I need to do? I don't need to do research on Fridley and Chaska and Chanhassen and Plymouth. This is Minnesota.
Okay, now those of you who reside in Oakdale do recognize this is a joking-like one-liner coming. Okay, so let's not be all serious. 3-2.
Don't. Why would you do this?
Oakdale is Woodbury's farm team.
That is just despicable. Why would you? And that's the first place we're going. We're going to get boo.
No, but we started 9. They're bombed by 8:40.
The Vikings record this year probably would put it around 10 or
around
11.
10-ish?
The schedule's really hard.
Makes sense.
Durability's a lot. There's a lot on the quarterback. But yeah, I feel like 10 or 11 is pretty fair.
The second feast is September 12th, Buffalo Wild Wings, Coon Rapids. September 12th, Buffalo Wild Wings, Coon Rapids. Do you believe off the Bears game, the Vikings will be a 1-0 operation into the second feast, and this will be the home opener Sunday Night Football against the Falcons? So are the Vikings 1-0 into this feast? And what do you think of the Falcons?
Yes, they're 1-0. You've talked a lot about Ben Johnson and facing Ben Johnson and Dennis Allen and what he's done defensively. But I've talked to people who have, I've talked to writers who are covering the Bears. I've talked to evaluators in the NFL who have seen the Bears in recent weeks. And
how is Courtney Cronin?
Caleb Williams going up against a Brian Flores defense that will have more in its holster than it has had. Caleb Williams being a guy who isn't always the quickest processor of the field. I just have a lot of questions about that situation with Ben Johnson. I have a lot of faith in Ben Johnson.
Long play?
Yeah, but Caleb, I had an evaluator who watched him at joint practices in the last couple weeks tell me that he if it were him and he were I got to be careful here, but if it were him and he worked for the Bears, he would have a lot of questions right now. So yeah, I think the Vikings will be 1-0 going into Coon Rapids.
So when the Vikings beat them in overtime here last year, Caleb went for 340 and 2 and 0 interceptions.
He was good that day.
Yeah, he ran 5 times for 33 yards. Then in the December game at Soldier Field, the Vikings won that one 31-18. And, Caleb, 58% completions, 191 yards, 1 touchdown, ran twice for 25, he sacked twice, ran 4 times for 3 yards. So that plays perfectly into what you said. Flores saw him. I got the bit. I've seen your recent stuff. I'm going to put you on a 191 with a 58% completion percentage.
And look, he's an incredibly talented dude. Like, the athleticism, the arm talent, it's special. But this position, quarterback, is a mind position. How well can you intake information both in the lead up to the game and then on game day? How well can you process the field in 40-second sprints?
Yeah.
And I am not alone in this, but I have questions about his ability to do that at a level that you have to do it at to be one of the elites.
They beat the Falcons in the home opener, right?
Yeah, the Falcons defense.
Okay.
I'm all right. 2-0 in the Maplewood.
2-0. Maplewood, September 17th. Maplewood, Buffalo Wild Wings Friday football feast. Nordo will be with us.
I have 19th, I think.
Is it the 19th? Okay, so 19th. Thank you.
I don't know. Let me call the mayor of Maplewood.
So it's Nordo will be with us at the feast too, along with Alec and yours truly. So Maplewood, the 19th. What's the record into this feast? We've established that 2-0. What do you think of the Bengals, who they get at home that weekend?
Yeah, their defense is another major question mark. But, Burrow, if there's anybody who's going to make it really tough on Brian Flores because of his ability to process post-snap, it's going to be Burrow. And then, I will say I still have questions about the Vikings coverage unit. I've been pretty optimistic about it, but I watched one-on-ones yesterday, and the Patriots receivers, like there was a guy, Javon Baker, just having his way. Stephon was having his way. And if the pass rush is, the pass rush may just dominate the Bengals offensive line, but if the pass rush isn't dominating the way this team probably expects it to be, the questions for me still kind of exist. So Bengals are going to be really tough.
So do you think that's 2-1?
I'll say that. Just
2-1 after 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, the tough thing in judging those one-on-ones, and you can tell me if I'm wrong on this.
It is tough.
But, the video that was going around for everybody after Wednesday was Stephon putting Okudah on skates, right? But in what situation would he not have a safety in the mix and somebody else that was kind of shading in that direction? So it's in that vacuum, he looked bad, but is it necessarily an easy 70-yard touchdown? I have a hard time judging or evaluating some of those one-on-one moments.
They are incredibly tough to evaluate. And a lot of, some of it was stacks and bunches work where there were multiple defenders. You also didn't have Harrison Smith out there either of the 2 days. So that's a facet. Because
Jamar Chase ain't getting one-on-one coverage probably at any juncture of that week 3.
Obviously not. it's just one of those areas that I'm watching with this team. And we're nitpicking because the roster is as talented as it is. If the pass rush does not get home, which, I mean, maybe the pass rush just gets home every time with the way they've looked, but
it feels like you got to put 35 on the board to beat the Bengals.
Yeah, I mean, but it's possible because their defense, again, I mean, they have a new defensive coordinator now, Golden. They've tried to transition a lot of young guys. Like, it's that defense, is not formidable and has not been formidable, so it's possible.
So then after the Maplewood Feast into the Bengals game, Alec and I will be in Ireland and England for a week and a half. So we're not going to do the fish and chips feast from somewhere near Trafalgar Square. So there will be no feast 2 consecutive weeks. Then we have a bye. So the next Buffalo Wild Wings Friday football feast after Cincy is October 17th in Monticello. October 17th in Monticello. And that one's going to be, we will have played 5 and had a bye. So what will the record be as we discuss the champs coming to U.S. Bank Stadium? You got Stefanski's bit and you have A-Rodge's bit after you have them at 2-1.
I mean, to say 4-1 feels lofty, but
4-1.
Jordan Addison will be back, obviously, for those games, and the way he's looked, that will be a boon for this team. So I'll say 4-1. I mean, they've had success going over there. The Cleveland Browns offense, Stefanski, he does a good job at the quarterback situation. I know you love Joe Flacco, but I'm not as over the moon about his abilities at 49 years old. And then the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers probably won't be easy, but think the Vikings can win both of those.
Okay, so the Eagles, the champion Eagles, are they, not because they're the champions, but are they legitimately the target at which to shoot in the NFC?
Yeah, absolutely. The offensive line, though. Saquon, the offensive line, their defensive line, like there's this 7th round pick. They've got Moro Ojomo, who's kind of replacing Milton Williams, has just really come on. So their cornerback's probably a little bit of a question mark, but if that's all you got, then probably feel pretty good about the Eagles.
More with the Buffalo Wild Wings feast schedule when we return with Alec from The Athletic and theathletic.com on
Gatorade Zero, the #1 proven electrolyte blend, made with 0 sugar. Designed to hydrate better than water so you can lose more sweat and push more limits. Gatorade Zero. Is it in you?
Lenovo is built for creators who don't wait for inspiration. They chase it. With inventive tech, built-in AI tools, and seamless performance, Lenovo devices powered by Intel Core Ultra processors are designed to bring your wildest ideas to life faster. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel inside. Enjoy flexible financing, rewards on every purchase, and free shipping. And students get special offers when you create an account at Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. Life moves fast. A new home, a new baby, a new chapter. But without an estate plan, your future's still vulnerable. With Trust and Will, you can name guardians, start a trust, create healthcare directives, and more. All online in about an hour. It's attorney-designed, state-specific, and built to protect what you love. Plans start at just $199, and every plan is safe, secure, and kept completely private. From families with young kids to adults caring for aging parents, Trust and Will makes it simple to take control, without a law office, paperwork stress, or court delays. Go to trustandwill.com and use code RADIO to save 20%. Start your plan today. Don't wait for life to force your hand. Estate planning is one of the smartest, most loving things you can do. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. See website for details.
Trust and Will.
KFAN.
Personal foul. Clipping.
October 23rd, Buffalo Wild Wings Savage. October 23rd, Buffalo Wild Wings Savage. Not really sure how this one works out, Alec, given you and I are going to be in Southern California for a game against the Chargers at SoFi that night.
What I've been told is that's going to be a pregame spectacle at Buffalo Wild Wings Savage featuring Mike Mussman.
Oh,
so it's on Muss's home turf.
Hey,
he knows it well. He's spent many a night, I've heard, at Buffalo Wild Wings Savage.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a pregame party with him at B-Dubs down there in the Heartland.
Wow. Thank you. So we don't have to play pretend. So off the Eagles, and 6 of them played. What's the record, and how much do you like the Chargers? Like, do you think they beat the Chargers? How much do you like the Chargers? You got them right around 4-1 into this game.
Yeah, well, it'd be 4-2, I think, or no, 4. Is it 4?
It'd be 4-2 if they lose to the Eagles
with the loss to the Eagles.
Yeah. Didn't write that. You think they're going to lose that one?
Yeah.
So you want to go 4-2 so you get that 10 or 11.
One.
Yeah. The Chargers is tough. I love Omarion Hampton. Justin Herbert, I like. Some people don't like him. I like Justin Herbert. And then the defense, Jesse Minter. Now, that is kind of interesting. JJ McCarthy went against like this defense in college all the time. So it's kind of an interesting one. Maybe I'll say they win that, because this next stretch after that is going to be extremely difficult.
October 31st. Happy Halloween, Buffalo Wild Wings. Jan Hassan. Happy Halloween, Buffalo Wild Wings. Jan Hassan. That requires a little bit of thought.
Do you like Halloween?
Not necessarily, now that my kids are 24 and 22. Why?
I just feel like you would have like good decorations, or you'd be like the guy.
I think you're going to dress up like Kevin Seifert and go around neighborhoods and write good stories.
I always love that one.
That's good. Yeah, I feel like you would be like, the kids in the neighborhood would be like, let's go to Paul's house. He's always got like that crazy ghost thing hanging from the door or something like that.
I'm going to dress up like Kevin Harlan and go to neighborhoods and yell, up high, down hard.
I always
you
love
just
that
absolutely
one.
obliterated
He
me.
did Valley Scare one year, and it was awesome.
Yeah, it was before Cordero. I had
it was about a decade ago, maybe.
Valley Fair, Valley Scare gave me an opportunity to do what I thoroughly enjoy doing. Startling people, but without them like hurting themselves or like knocking over things or stuff like that.
Right.
They gave me an opportunity, and I spent an hour in makeup. I mean, they did your boy up. I look like a zombie. Maybe you think I look like a zombie now, but I look like a real zombie from like World War Z, Train to Busan, or Walking Dead. I got the opportunity to hide behind trees and makeshift tombstones and scare people.
I always love that
and
one.
Jump out to Billy, Johnny, Christy, or Susie and say,
Tamika and Antoine, too.
Your daddy can't help you now.
That's odd.
Have you checked the children?
So he does do that in his neighborhood every Halloween.
Okay, all right. So Chanhassen, who are they playing?
That's Chanhassen Buffalo Wild Wings, Halloween, 7th game at the Lions. Oh, geez. Can they beat the Lions for the first time since September of 2022? They've lost 5 consecutive and 6 of the last 7 to the target at which to shoot.
They can beat the Lions.
Feels like a 5-3
going
for
to
YA.
Detroit. Going to Detroit would be 5-3.
Remember, you got to get to a 10 or 11 because that's what you said in the beginning.
And I'm working on it.
Mm-hmm.
At every stop, I'm working on it.
We got some on the back end of this schedule. We'll find some W's.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I mean,
Laporta's hurt.
Yeah,
he's been hurt. The entire time he's been there almost.
Okay, this was hit with will miss some time, but that's kind of the same thing you could say about Jefferson. Ooh, Hammy, Justin, yeah, he'll miss some time. But then if you follow the context of it, I don't think.
Well, they still have David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jamison Williams.
Mm-hmm.
And others I'm probably forgetting. Now, they have to prove it with new coordinators. That's not insignificant, and an offensive line that is without Frank Ragnow. But I don't know. Part of me wonders if Goff just hasn't got enough credit for how good he's been. Like when they came here last year, he might have gone like 24 or 27 or something that day. And I remember talking to people on the Viking staff. And I was like, that was just, he was dialed in that day. So I'd say 5-3.
Okie dokie. November 7th, Buffalo Wild Wings, Elk River. November 7th, Buffalo Wild Wings, Elk River. Lamar is here. What do you think of that one?
I think that's going to be very tough. Lamar, Todd Monken, Derrick Henry, Zay Flowers, that whole group. I mean, injuries would be one that would probably alter my feelings about that. But Baltimore is it's very high level. I've liked that team a lot for years now, and they haven't won a Super Bowl. But
so does that get us to 5-4?
Yeah, that does.
Oh, geez. November 14th, Buffalo Wild Wings, Lakeville. Buffalo Wild Wings, Lakeville, November 14th. The Bears are here. Are you sensing a sweep of the Bears? I wonder where Caleb Williams will be at that part of the Ben Johnson related progression. DeAndre Swift, how much of the Jahmyr Gibbs stuff are you able to do with him? I mean, it all at that stage, which would be week 11, November 14th. It should be revealed, so we'll know more about the Bears. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's a victory, and it would be a sweep of
Tyson
the Bears.
Bagent will be playing.
I like Tyson Bagent. You see, I tweeted like last week. I was like, "Am I crazy?" I kind of like Tyson Bagent.
Mm-hmm.
I actually,
I do too. Now that I know how to pronounce his name,
it's not just a bit. I actually watching him. He progresses in rhythm. The arm's kind of fine. Like there's part of him.
What about Case Keenum?
Case Keenum, I like too.
Who's going to be there too?
Bagent. I've talked to people behind the scenes.
What about the Saints picking up Keenum off the practice
squad?
I've
heard, I always love that one.
From what I've heard,
not impossible.
Well, because we the Brosmer mania. I'm talking about it Monday and having a good time, and it's the level of
Brosmer mania.
I think a lot of it was sarcasm, but it's like he has to be the two. Okay, well, he's not going to be the two, and he's not going to be on the active roster either. He'll be on the practice squad.
Max Brosmer?
Brosmer.
If they try to do that, there's going to be people around the league that are aware. Now, I don't know
the Saints look at him like Drew Brees.
Well, I don't know how in the heck Graham Mertz was a 6th-round pick, and Max Brosmer went undrafted.
Mm-hmm.
You watched those two guys last weekend?
Mm-hmm.
The NFL, I'm not trying to do anything.
I thought Mertz was skittish off the ACL in that first game type. I thought
he was skittish as a freshman at Wisconsin, as a sophomore at Wisconsin, as a junior at Wisconsin, and a senior at Florida. Graham Mertz has thrown interceptions for 5 years, and yet he was a 6th-round pick. And
it's a conference bias.
Max Brosmer, who sees the field at a level that other people around the league are aware of.
Mm-hmm. They are?
Absolutely.
Why didn't they draft him?
Box.
Great question.
Well, he was FCS New Hampshire. I mean, I'm not running a bit here. I think part of it is you got Big Ten into SEC for Mertz. You got FCS into 1 year with PJ's team.
Mm-hmm.
I think that actually legitimately led to him not being drafted.
Yeah. And he's not, I mean, the arm isn't like, it doesn't impress. If you stand behind him on the field, you're probably not going to be like, man, this guy just rips it. And the athleticism, but like,
what are you, Tom House?
Jeez.
I study these things and read about him and talk to people a lot about him.
And how is JT O'Sullivan?
It's good. This is the most important position in professional sports. And this guy sees the field. Mm-hmm. He actually sees the field. He progresses in rhythm. Yep. He's pretty accurate. It's one of those things that's curious. I don't know how we got on this, but I've like legitimately been impressed by Max Brosmer for weeks now.
Okay.
This isn't just like Minnesota I don't care.
Stop.
I gotta be, the Gophers, it's not my forte.
Yeah.
But I have been impressed by Max Brosmer since I've watched him in a Minnesota Vikings uniform, and people I've talked to behind the scenes have only raved about him. And that's all all I know to say.
6-4 after the second Bears game, right?
Yes, that's correct.
That one is here. November 21st, Buffalo Wild Wings Blaine. November 21st, Buffalo Wild Wings Blaine.
Ooh.
This is a nooner at Green Bay.
Border battle.
Now, I think you know this, but in case you don't, David Sinekin, you know who he is?
Of course.
All right, Cinny. He's
Sultan of Smug.
Yeah, and Packers Immortality is what he is with Packer Preview. But he joins the feasts. So it depends on like where the records are and like, who's doing better than the other team as to whether I schedule it for a marathon or 2 segments. He gets one. He gets one in certain circumstances. So, but it's the final hour and he'll be with us at the feast. David Sinekin. O'Connell is 4-2 versus the Packers. Is it 4-2? No, it would have to be better than that. 22, 23, 24. Swept them last year. All right, 3-2.
I'm on it.
No, lost week 17, 2023, Jaron Hall.
Yeah,
New Year's Eve.
But won the game early in that season. Won the first game that they played, and then 4-2 is actually right.
Oh, thank you.
Because the sprinkler game, remember, slip and slide night.
Junior college math. O'Connell 4-2 versus the Packers. Swept Cindy last year. What do you think about games at Lambeau Field?
What do I think about them?
Yeah, do you like them?
I love Lambeau Field.
Okay, enclosed.
That's a walking into that place.
Yes, it's the bomb.
That's like a
enclosed press box, though.
Enclosed press box, I don't love, but the food's great. But I will say, like walking into that stadium with the vibe of it, that's I'm grateful to have this job that was my dream type of moment for me.
It's football Americana. Do they win that one?
That one's at Lambeau?
Yep.
I'm gonna say yes. Have you looked at the Packers like defensive back depth chart?
Mm-hmm.
It's
once I saw Bo Melton, I stopped.
I mean, now I have a lot of faith in Jeff Hafley. He's very good, and they did.
That's what they said at Boston College.
No.
Then they put Rashawn Gary's hand in the dirt, and he was a different guy.
No, Jeff Hafley is very good, and he and Kevin O'Connell are very close.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like Jeff Hafley, but. The other thing, like Jordan Love, he's got another injury, so it's interesting. But 7-4.
Now, day after Thanksgiving, we do Friday Football Feast. This one would be a Buffalo Wild Wings Mall of America. Buffalo Wild Wings Mall of America, day after Thanksgiving. First question: will you be in town?
My parents would. My parents are going to put up a good fight here.
Well, why don't they come up here? We can get them a table at the feast.
Well, I don't know, but I'm not their only kid, so they probably have, and I'm not their only family member, so I'm not going to act like they should fly up to the tundra.
So are we playing it by metaphorical ear?
Absolutely.
All right, well, if you are here, Buffalo Wild Wings Mall of America, the chickens at Seattle are going to be the bill of fare. Darnold's first season with the Seahawks. How do you think that's going to work out?
I think the Vikings will beat Seattle.
Okay.
Their defense should be a little improved, but the offensive line for the Seahawks is the question mark. Now, it was interesting. I was watching the preseason game a couple weeks ago or last week, and Darnold was asked about Clint Kubiak, and he talked about the run game, how much the run game matters, how much they're doing in the run game. So it'll be interesting to see that offense, but the O-line, it would scare me.
Okay, 8-4.
I'm being very optimistic here, I feel like.
No, you're being fair. 8-4, right?
Yeah.
This will be one of the last 6 times we've faced the Seahawks has been in Minnesota. Like, can we ever just get away from the 12s and bring them to Minnesota?
Right.
I love that stadium, though.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And the 12s, isn't it interesting since Russell Wilson left and like the Legion of Boom and Earl Thomas and Cam Chancellor, the 12s are like the 11 3/4. I mean, they're not as loud as they used to be when it's a 500-ish operation, super special 12s.
Yeah, I don't really think about that. I just think about the peppered bacon they have in the press box. It's some of the best bacon I've ever had.
December. Well, they also have 2, and it's the cappuccino capital, so we shouldn't be surprised. They have 2, and this is good for you because you like the swishy coffee. They have the makeshift little pop-up, is the Starbucks, the stands where they make any form of coffee you want.
It is Starbucks. That's also
cool.
based there. I don't know if you know that.
That's pretty cool. December 5th, Buffalo Wild Wings, Savage gets another. Savage gets a second. December 5th, Buffalo Wild Wings, Savage, the Commanders, and Jaden Daniels, Jonathan Allen versus his former team. How many combined games do you anticipate Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave playing? 34 is the max, obviously.
Wow, that's a good question, and it's a pivotal question for this team.
It's tantamount.
I mean, like, what would the over-under be? Like 25?
Well, wow, that's a really, really pivotal question, too.
What would the over-under be?
You hit me with the pivotal nature of the whole bit. See, I mean, it would be not foolhardy, but too Pollyanna to be like, and with this is in knowing what the vice president of sports performance, the trainer who leads that whole thing, Tyler Williams, what he and his staff did last year to keep like the Gank together and these guys together nearing the end of the season. They don't sign those four.
I'm listening. I'm just looking at their games.
My bad. They don't sign those four who were lost to season-ending injuries in Kelly, Fries, Allen, and Hargrave if they don't have 10 of 10 trust for Tyler and his gang. Now, on the other side of it, at this stage of their careers, I think it would be too Pollyanna-ish to be like, each of them only misses 2. So that gets us to 31. So I'm not guessing one misses half the season, the other misses a handful of games.
I feel like it's like 23 would be the over-under.
I think that's very good, 23.5, 24, 24.5.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, that'd be a good over-under for that.
It's tough,
It is
though.
pivotal, though.
Prior to this season, neither of them were known for missing games ever. I mean, he only played 5. Jonathan Allen did his rookie season.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it was 16, 15, 16, 17, 16, 16, and then half the season last year.
Yeah.
Other than the 3 games he played in last year, Javon Hargrave basically made every dance his entire career.
Yep.
So I'd go over the 24, 25-ish. I would.
Yeah, I think 25.5 off the way he laid out the equity of it.
If
is
Jonathan
probably the right number.
Allen and Javon Hargrave,
26.5.
if Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave play combined that
27.
many games together
Yep.
over whatever number we're saying,
I'm saying 30 and
this
a half.
defense
They
is
win the Super Bowl? Say it.
This defense is going to be quite formidable.
Doing the gritty. Oh, no, that's not one.
I feel like we gotta.
area.
Don't we have to go to commercial or something?
Here's the deal.
We'll wrap around to 10.
You handle breaking up the split infinitives, and I will handle getting us to break at the 12. Okay, are we in lockstep?
Of course.
Courtesy of Steve's Appliances and stevesappliances.com.
The fingerprint resistant. You know who's that recently? Thayer Thomas has been a little fingerprint resistant.
What's that mean?
He's been slithery.
He's
as a
been
receiver.
fantastic.
Yeah, he has.
I mean, Thayer's tough. He's a tough kid, too, and he runs super hard, accurate routes. We got the undersized terrorism, and you're also on a team with 18-3. They drafted 1. Yeah, Thayer, I'm a big Thayer Thomas guy, man. I just I wish him nothing but the best, but he's had a really good camp. December 12th, Buffalo Wild. You haven't beaten the Chickens, right?
Yeah.
9-4.
9-4?
Mm-hmm. December 12th, Buffalo Wild Wings, Plymouth. Buffalo Wild Wings, Plymouth.
What about the Commanders on the 5th?
Oh, yeah.
Jaden's tough, but Brian Flores against a guy for the first time, it usually goes pretty well. Like CJ Stroud last year.
Yep.
And it's at home, right?
Yeah.
So I'd be tempted to go Vikings, but does that mean I'm 10-4?
No, that'd be 9-4.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go Vikings there.
December 12th, Buffalo Wild Wings, Plymouth. Vikings at Dallas that Sunday. Cowboys, playoff team or not? And why?
I'm not.
No,
I'm
it's
not
a
in
counterfeit
love.
$3 bill, man. It is every single year.
I'm not in love with that team. I don't
Not
love
either.
any of what I've heard out of there. Looking forward to watching the documentary about the history, but that's about it.
When's that and where's that?
On Netflix pretty soon.
Oh, sweet.
I think this weekend or next week. It's like an 8-parter or something.
Yeah. Too Tall Jones, though.
Yeah, I mean, it would be crazy to pick the Cowboys. Probably they're going to have injury stuff as they always do.
Okay, so we say 10-4.
But this is this is a lot of wins
We
here.
got we have 3 left. Here we go. Well, you got them going. Okay. December 19th, Buffalo Wild Wings, Apple Valley. December 19th, Buffalo Wild Wings, Apple Valley. Vikings at Giants. Wonder who the quarterback will be by that time for the Big Blue Wrecking Crew. And are the Giants a cinch to finish last in the NFC East?
Could be Jackson Dart by that point.
Cowboys might run last in the NFC East.
Yeah, they could. It's not a guarantee.
So there's your 11th for the football team.
That would be a victory.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see now, okay, so
it's 2 Division ones.
Why stop at 11?
Christmas Eve, a Wednesday feast day before Christmas. First, will you be in town or in Anniston, Alabama on Christmas Eve?
I'll be in town.
You will?
Yeah, I think so.
Hey. Okay. Secondly, Buffalo Wild Wings, Roseville. Buffalo Wild Wings, Roseville, Christmas Eve. Lions here for the penultimate. Lions taking injury hits already. Laporta missing some time. Who cares? Lions winning the NFC North this year. That's favored. Do you think it absolutely, maybe, probably, or I'm not sure happens?
No, I'm not sure. I'd say the odds being favored makes a ton of sense to me. But I'll say an L that game to kind of balance it out.
You don't have to balance it out because if you feel a 10 or an 11, it's going to take place. We're just, to
think the Vikings lose 2 more to the Lions in the regular season is there's going to be enough juice from this team and this staff to want to clip back at this team that has beaten them as much as the Lions have in the division. So
the way the finale went last year,
that will
Merry Christmas, Vikings fans.
Right.
And even if it's winning in Detroit, it just wouldn't shock me a ton. I'll be curious if Johnny Morton, their new OC, can adapt in game the way that Ben Johnson has against Brian Flores.
It's John Morton.
Johnny.
Yeah, they're particular about that too because Johnny Morton was a stud receiver for the Lions.
John Morton.
Yes, John Morton. Last time he coordinated 2017 with the Jets, it went so well they hired somebody else the next year. Before that, he was a coordinator with USC 09 and 2010, and he wasn't even with the Lions covenant last year. It's not even like elevation of somebody because we're so high on him. So
you're
weird.
skeptical.
Yes, a little bit. I am a little bit.
Understandably.
Well, I mean, you're number 1 or 2 in the NFL in play action last year. Well, that has to stay. Okay, the Gibbs plays have to stay. They're using Jameer, from what I understand, a lot, lining up as receiver, all positions too. So he probably starts in the backfield, flexes out. So it's not bad to have new. It's not bad to have new until it doesn't work. And then all of a sudden it is bad.
You're replacing a guy who has been incredibly elite in Ben Johnson. I've said incredibly a lot today, but anyway.
And finally, Jan 2, Buffalo Wild Wings Egan to close the regular season. Buffalo Wild Wings Egan gets
That's the day after Alabama's in the college football playoff, I guess.
Will you be in town or will you be?
Yeah, I'll be in town.
Or will you be in Pasadena?
I'll be. I think Bama will probably beat the Gophers the day before and Drake Lindsay, and then
you know the quarterback's name.
I do.
Oh, that's cute. Buffalo Wild Wings Egan to close the regular season. Border battle, the finale. How many teams from the NFC North make the playoffs this year and why?
3.
Like
Lions,
last year?
Packers, Vikings. And why? Because, everything that everybody knows. I mean, the Lions' talent, specifically offensively, is ridiculous. The Packers and Matt LaFleur and that staff, I have a lot of faith in. The run game that they have is great.
Were the Lions a 9.5 or a 10.5 when you started sniffing that thing out a month ago?
I put them under 10.5. Yeah.
Okay. Do you? And when he would say it, I was like, I'm kind of thinking, it might be a little hyperbolic here. Got into it and some things and learned about that coordinator and the depth or lack thereof in certain spots for them.
Too much change.
Looked at the schedule, too.
The schedule.
It's a freaking gauntlet in the middle of the season. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, the Lions' schedule would be the hang-up for me.
Yep.
But
they win in 11.
But I will say, even their secondary, and I know Kirby Joseph, there's mixed feelings from all of us.
Really?
Yeah.
Joseph and Branch might be the best safety duo in the NFL.
Joseph and Branch. Can Tyrion Arnold stay healthy if he can?
Yeah.
I like DJ Reed.
Yeah.
Aiden Hutchinson last year before he got hurt was on an entirely different level.
Yeah.
And then
they'll get a Liam McNeil in October.
And again, can those guys stay healthy? Very fair question, right question to ask. And then offensively, can they keep the momentum that they've had? Fair question, but there's a lot that I like about the Lions.
What time is it?
11:12.
Be right back.
In the heat of battle, your squad relies on you. Don't let them down. Unlock elite gaming tech at Lenovo.com. Dominate every match with next-level speed, seamless streaming, and performance that won't quit. And push your gameplay beyond limits with Intel Core Ultra processors. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel Inside. Maximize your edge by shopping at Lenovo.com during their back-to-school sale. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo.
Every day has a to-do list, but adding Enjoy Belvita to yours can help you knock out the rest of it. Belvita breakfast biscuits are a tasty and convenient breakfast option when paired with low-fat yogurt and fruit that provides steady energy all morning. While Belvita Energy Snack Bites give you the perfect mid-morning refuel. Best part, they both taste great. So make the most out of your morning with a bite of Belvita. Pick up a pack of Belvita at your local store today.
The day begins at the Chase Sapphire Lounge by the club at Boston Logan Airport. You get the clam chowder. In San Diego, it's tostadas. New York, espresso martini. It's 10 a.m. Why not? It's the quiet before your next flight, the shower that resets your day, the menu that lets you know where you are. This is access to over 1,300 airport lounges and every Sapphire Lounge by the club. And one card that gets you in. Chase Sapphire Reserve, the most rewarding card.
Learn more at chase.com/Sapphire Reserve. Cards issued by JP Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC, subject to credit approval.
The Twisted Tale of Amanda Knox is coming to Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus, August 20th. In 2007, Amanda Knox was halfway around the world, studying abroad in Italy. She had no idea her dream would turn into a nightmare. Inspired by the actual events of her wrongful conviction and 15-year fight for freedom, watch the Hulu original series, The Twisted Tale of Amanda Knox, on August 20th. Streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus for bundle subscribers. Terms apply.